I'm Andrew Smith from the Open University Cisco Academy, and I'm going to be looking at Module 5 of the Switching Routing Wireless Essentials, which is spanning tree. But I'm going to start off with a classic example here. I've got a blank canvas, and I am going to throw onto it 4 switches. Not rocket science, nothing too clever here, and we'll just start with that. And we're just going to throw in crossover cables. I'm not going to worry about auto MDIX. I'm just trying to do this as quickly as I can because the faster I do it, the easier it is because of negotiation. And I'm going to just throw in different dirt cables in different directions. Make sure I've clicked on that correctly. There you go. Throw that over there, and I've created basically a full mesh layer 2 structure, and they're busy negotiating away at the moment. So this is a little bit like we're now going to listen to me talk while I watch paint dry. Oh, sorry, watch little green lights. And here they come. They're coming up already. We can see that ports are coming up based on STP negotiation. We could, yeah, if I actually put a packet sniffer between each of these connections, I can see the BPDUs, and there we go. It's done it. And I can actually see which switch has become the root bridge. Now, I could leave you guessing, but here we've got the one with all the connections to all the devices with no blocked ports. And if I just rearrange it, oops, and just tidy it up a little bit, you can see that switch 3 here, because of whatever MAC addresses or port IDs it's got, based on what I did, is at the base. You can see here, block port by switch 1, block port by switch 2 here, a block port. So you can see the orange block ports taking place, and it's as simple as that. And if I actually wanted to sort of visualize the tree, and it is a very simple tree, just delete the cables with the orange lights on, and you can see straight away, there you go, it's built that tree. And I'm just going to do that, and I can start putting that back in. It'll actually only allow me to replace one cable at a time. But the point is here, very quickly, without any configuration, it will do it for me and for you, and you can't control unless you start setting up which is going to be the root or anything like that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new file. So I just wanted it to be new and from scratch, and the reason I want that is so I've got a little bit of control over what is being identified. So I'm going to throw in another switch here, and then I'm going to throw in 2 switches here, and I'm going to throw in 2 switches here, okay? And I'm actually going to start setting up per VLAN spanning tree. But I'm actually going to configure this for you. So I'm going to configure my switch at the top first. I'm just going to go to the CLI, enable conf T, and I'm just going to call it hostname root for my own benefit. Then I'm going to do interface range FA0/1 to 10. Okay, so if you haven't seen it before, the interface range command saves us configuring a whole set of interfaces you have to click through and stuff like that. So switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, and there you go, and it's created it for me. Then I'm going to do 11 to 20, and then I'm going to put this one as part of 20. Okay. And then I'm going to actually declare that this is going to be a spanning tree route. So I'm going to do spanning tree. And then if we look at that, spanning tree VLAN, and then I can say 10.20, and then I want to set it as a route. And let's see, route primary. There you go. I had to remind myself. You can even have secondary routes as well, which means that you've got the one to fail over to. So I've set this now as the route primary for VLANs 10 and 20. Okay, so on this switch, I am going to quickly go in, enable conft interface range FA01 to 24, and then it's switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, because I want this in VLAN 10, and it's as simple as that. And on this switch here, I'm going to go in now and do exactly the same conft interface range FA01-24, and then switch port access VLAN 10. Okay, that's as simple as that. And then I'm going to do the same over here, but I'm going to tell them they're part of 20. Now, I need to tell them that they're part of this VLAN, because if I don't, it's going to come up with a VLAN mismatch error. Okay, so you need to watch for that, because obviously what it says, when I have a port at the other end, using this tagging thing, it's in the wrong VLAN. What's going on here? I cannot do my PVST and all that kind of stuff. So conft interface range FA01-24 support access VLAN 20. Okay, so it's joined VLAN 20, and then I will do it finally on this one here. It's exciting, isn't it? But yeah, there's a lot of repetition, and we sometimes need to do that. I could have copied and pasted, but I think if you actually just say interface range FA01-24 switch port access VLAN 20. Right, I've set this all up. I am going to save this just in case I crash things. So I'm just going to set up STP PVST, pure VLAN spanning tree. There you go. Okay, and I'm just going to cable them. So again, I'm going to use crossover. Now I know that ports 1 through to 10 are in this VLAN, so I'm just going to VLAN 10. And then I know that port 11, oops, slow down Andrew, port 11, physical port 11 through to 20, so I'm actually deliberately going to pick 20 here, is now part of this VLAN. And I'm deliberately putting a loop in as well, because it's a VLAN spanning tree, so we need to see those spanning trees operating. I'm just stretching it out so that you'll see what's taking place. Obviously, VLAN 10 is already coming up. Look, a beautiful tree, and you can see the obvious port. One of those ports would have been blocked, and I've taken control of it. I've said that switch 0 is at the top of the tree for these different segments. I will sip my coffee, just wait for nature to take place, and look. Now, I couldn't have planned that almost mirror image. It could have been the other way around, so I did no configuration down at the branches of this tree. But you can see here now, I have got two separate VLANs, each with their own spanning tree infrastructure. And if I want, I could have gone and made any one of these the root if I really wanted to. So I'm going to save that so you can actually have access to this file and use it for posterity. But there you see unconfigured spanning tree doing it, and you see it configured how it's doing for VLANs, and I've told which switch is going to be the root, and of course then it changes its priorities and starts announcing out to everybody, I'm going to be the primary root here. Obviously if you set up two primary roots, that's when it will use the algorithm to solve any local competition. So thank you very much. I'm Andrew Smith from the Open University Cisco Academy, and hopefully you found this short under 10-minute video to be quite useful.